welcome everyone to the 18th Annual Tallgrass Film Festival. I want to thank all of our sponsors and everyone who's out there joining us, watching all the films and taking in all the Q&As. Without all of you, we wouldn't be able to do this. So thank you so much. If you are enjoying yourself, please let everyone know on Facebook and Instagram and all your social media. Make sure you tag us at Tallgrass Film and hashtag Tallgrass 2020. I would like to welcome all of my guests today. We've got some of the folks from the musical shorts block. And I'm going to go around the room and let everyone introduce themselves. But we've got the gang from Tired Eyes. So we've got Cecil here. Cecil, you want to introduce yourself and let us know who you played in the film?
Yeah. So my name's Cecil, and I play Trevor, the drummer in Tired Eyes.
Awesome. Well, I'm so glad to have you here with us. And Steven's here from Tired Eyes as well.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Steven. I played Mitch. I guess would be like the rhythm guitarist of the group. Back in Emily.
And and Emily's here as well.
I am Emily, and I play Rose, who plays bass and sings and stresses out.
Sorry, it's always really awkward. Normally when we're in person, we can just go down the line, but everyone's setup on their screen is a little different. So, want to make sure everyone knows where to go. And then we also have the gang from Graceland. We got Bonnie and Trevor here. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves, please?
Yeah, hey, I'm Bonnie. I'm the co-writer and director of Graceland.
And I'm Trevor, and I'm the co-writer and producer.
Awesome. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. I'm really pumped about it. So, I guess first off, where I really like to kind of get started is kind of like origin stories. So Bonnie, Trevor, what was it? Was there a time when you just said, you know what, that's what I want to do. I want to tell stories. I want to make movies. I mean, what was it that made you want to do this?
You go first.
I knew from a young age that I was interested in writing. I thought I was going to be a novelist, and I sort of found my way to screenwriting and came out to LA to do that, and met Bonnie along the way.
I thought you were going to tell a longer story.
That's great.
I was always a storyteller. I was putting on plays with reluctant neighborhood kids and forcing all of the parents to pay tickets to come see the plays. So I think I'm also very interested in science, and I thought that I might be an astronomer for a while, but it ended up being storytelling.
That's awesome. That's quite a juxtaposition there.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna be a storytelling scientist.
Hey, all right, cool. All right, and we get the gang from Tired Eyes. So Cecil, what was it that drew you to acting and telling?
I don't exactly know what, but ever since I was a kid, always doing sketches for the family and stuff like that, and then. Only means of survival in high school was making people laugh. So I guess that sort of threw me into wanting to perform. And so then I kind of went to college for it. And that's where I met Ryan and then Steven as well. And Emily I met later when we did this movie. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I guess I should have mentioned Ryan wanted to be here with us, the writer-director, correct, of the film, but he wasn't able to make it, so he sent some very talented folks in his place. Emily, what got you into acting and telling stories?
I don't know. I've been doing it since I was a wee thing, and I went to college for it. Now I'm out here, and it was acting for a long time, and now it's acting, writing, directing, producing. So it's all very, I don't know, a direct response to this world that we live in and just trying to cope,
Yeah. Oh, so. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right,
well,
pass it off to Steven.
I like trying to cope is a great. Just want to before I answer, I just want to point out Cecil's Sopranos Godfather poster in the background.
Yeah, we just got it.
But I actually, funny enough, I started playing in bands and music and stuff well before I was doing a lot of like theater and acting and stuff. I was a terrible actor, horrible. So I just went to art school and for theater at like this high school in Jacksonville. So they once I was accepted into that high school program and I started discovering more about theater, like they would do a bunch of these really well done plays, and you know, seeing all those plays would just made me kind of blew my mind. And I was always just a film buff too, you know, I always loved watching. I felt like I try to watch something every single day, and so I think that really influenced, you know, trying to go for it and do it, you know. So I went off to college and all that stuff, and now I'm here.
Cool. Well, that's awesome, man. So then you have been playing music. Does the rest of the band, Emily and Cecil, do you guys play music as well, or
Was pretend.
that's pretend?
Dabble on the keys a little bit.
He plays a little bit.
Yeah, very cool. So Bonnie and Trevor, so you know, obviously this is the musical shorts block, you know, and clearly your film is centered around the one and only Elvis Presley. Where did the idea for this film come from? Like, how did it come to fruition?
We were in the middle of making a horror movie that Robert Rodriguez was mentoring us on, and I was editing in like a cold February day, editing over and over this really gruesome death scene. And as I like watched someone's head get bashed in for the 100th time, I was just like, oh my gosh, the next thing we do, I want it to bring joy into the world. I want it to bring happiness. Like, I want it to be something positive. And like the little mini Elvis walked in, and we talked about it, and we're like, let's do that. That seems like a good antidote to the horror.
Yeah, for sure. Well, just so you know, I'm a big horror fan, so that would bring me joy.
Great. Well, next time we
do-
go
we
back
do.
and forth.
Yeah,
Like,
there
that
you go.
was so cutesy. What were we doing? We need to make another horror.
No, that's awesome. I think the film was really great. I think that there's great through lines of like self-identification and acceptance and all of those things. And the lead was just incredible. Grace, she's fantastic. How'd you find her?
So we used casting directors in Los Angeles, Christine Scally and Beth Nelson, and they did a nationwide casting call. So we had kids from all over the country sending in tapes and auditioning. And randomly, I think that a theater teacher in Tennessee reached out to the casting directors and said that she had an actor who had never been in anything and never done anything, but that she thought should audition. And Katie sent in a tape, and we just kept coming back to it and being like, there's something about this kid that feels, you know, weighty and really embodies the spirit of like a dead person. Whereas all the other kids, like they felt like kids, but she really felt like she had a little bit more oomph to her.
Yeah. No, she was fantastic. Did she actually sing
She did.
the song?
So, the stuff, the music stuff was unbelievable. So we got this kid who's terrific, but had never been in a movie before. Her parents drove her 9 hours from Tennessee to South Carolina. Day one of set, she met Anna Camp, who she was shaking because it's her favorite actor in the world from Pitch Perfect. So her first scene in a movie is with her favorite actor. And then before doing the rest of the movie, we have to shoot the big talent show auditorium scene. So we put her in full, Elvis Presley outfit, regalia, cut her hair because she had long hair. So cut off her hair. And then she sings to a backing track that's in her ear that we created. So there's no music in the auditorium. And she actually sang, and we just recorded her vocals all day long.
Like her natural element.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah, she does this. I apologize. I always forget when we get into these group things that you guys haven't had a chance to see each other's films. So so she is.
It was
But
really
we
crazy.
can't wait.
Yeah, I know, right? It all starts tonight. She does a amazing rendition of Blue Suede Shoes, right? Yeah.
Yes.
And it's so cool.
Which we also made.
Yeah. Oh, you made the costume and the shoes and everything?
Oh, no, the song.
The song.
had to
Okay.
recreate the song from scratch and have
couldn't get the
actual musicians record each track and then have it mixed according to how she sang the song. It was quite a process.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Good Lord. So now, as far as Tired Eyes go, I had a blast trying to watch you guys make it to that venue. What is it like? What's the process for shooting on the open streets of Manhattan and in the subway and stuff? Like, how does that even work?
Well, I mean, it was super run and gun, for sure. Definitely, like, we just had the shot list and everything was planned out, and what we were going to shoot was planned out. But like that practice space in the opening at the time was the actual practice space that the band I was, playing with in that space where they actually practice. So that was an actual space. We had to like go there like 4 a.m. when we knew no one was going to be there and shoot that scene really early. So we didn't have any background stuff that was too overbearing on the dialogue and stuff like that. But yeah, so like very formal when it went to when it came down to the scenes where you were shooting in like the practice space. We had to have a lot of grip equipment and things like that. That was set up and planned out, and but it was like running in the streets. We had like, oh, we're gonna go to this location and we're just gonna try to run across to this. So there were a couple scenes that like it's kind of scary to watch, where like a taxi cab like almost hits us, and I didn't even realize, until we're like watching it. I'm like, oh my god, like how did we not, how did that work out? I don't know. But yeah, so like the running through the subway and running through the streets are very much like guerrilla kind of style shooting.
The making of the movie and like the movie itself, like were very much so the same thing. Like
Yeah.
we were living it while we were making it, and just like I think we ran. I wouldn't be surprised if we ran like 20 miles in our running days. Just like
You had like blisters too.
running.
You had, like,
I had
Emily had like platform type shoes on. Like
It was not for the faint of heart. No.
Dragon gear and all that stuff.
Yeah.
yeah, the cymbals or whatever it is, the hi-hat.
Yeah.
It was a good time though. It was like
hi-hat,
running
too.
through the streets. Yeah, it was a good time. Chaotic, and we almost got hit by a cab.
I was gonna say no one got actually hit by a car or anything like that.
No.
Everyone got out unscathed.
It just ends. We get hit.
Yeah.
Ryan still makes the movie.
Just cuts to the venue and it's some other band playing a song,
Yeah.
and you're just like,
They're,
that's
like,
it.
Really poorly done. Like,
It's really avant-garde. Like it's
Documentary.
oh god.
So then what was the that's one of those things you don't ever realize when you read a script is you're like, this is really great, this is going to be a lot of fun, and then you go, oh, so I run through the whole thing, which means I got to do that 20 times in a row.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if it's there's a scene of you eating pancakes or something, like scarfing them down, it's like, it's just to walk away, man. That's dangerous. It's dangerous news. So you mentioned Bonnie and Trevor, you mentioned the actress that plays the mom, Grace's mom. I'm blanking right now on her name. And you said she was, I thought she looked familiar. You said she was from Pitch Perfect?
Yeah. So she's in Pitch Perfect and
Perfect
True Blood,
Harmony.
and yeah, she's
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's why. Sorry, I've got a lot of these Q&As going on, so I got a lot of moving parts here.
but also my best friend from high school. So that's how that actually happened. So I was like, will you please do my shorts? She said yes.
That's fantastic. That's
Yeah.
fantastic. I was just talking to another director today, and a writer director, and she said, I was like, so how'd you get Jason Ritter in your film, and everything? She was like, oh, we go way back. He's just an old friend. So I talked him into doing it. He came to slum it on my short for a while, and I was like, okay, cool.
He's a super nice guy.
Yeah. So I mean, anything, I guess, so I guess Stephen, then do you really, um, does the gotta make it to the venue, gotta play for 12 people and keep going and doing all that? I mean, did that whole part of the story, I guess, probably really kind of fit for you? Is that a struggle that you identify with as a musician, or?
100%, especially in Brooklyn too. I mean, the good thing about Brooklyn, like, you usually take like a cymbal or your, like a pack of stuff, and they have a drum set like set up for you, so you don't have to take like that much. But I mean, like down south where we're from, it's a lot easier to throw it all in a car. You get to the venue, it's so much easier. But in New York, it's 10 times harder to do anything. So like, getting to the space, I had to, like, yesterday, it actually just reminded me of, I had like to bring my guitar and my like recording equipment and stuff, like the interface and the laptop and all that stuff in my backpack, and then something else. And I was like on a moped, like trying to balance while not crashing. And I was like, this is very like Tired Eyes. I'm having to like come back from practice in a very smooth kind of way, just trying to get this back to the house. And it's like, I could crash and, a cab could hit us and we're, it's over. So it's like, New York is just way crazier to deal with that stuff. If you don't have like a giant Escalade that can take, or like a giant, truck or a van that can, at all times, it's available at all times, that can help you, take all your stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
For sure.
And so you said you and Ryan knew each other beforehand.
Yeah. Cecil and I too.
Cecil as well.
Yeah, we worked with Ryan and like his class in that film school that they had in Florida State. We usually worked with them all the time on films. They'd have like a thesis film, or every year they'd have a film that culminates through the whole year of what they were doing. And we would always on and off work with them in different ways. And so I met him middle, like maybe sophomore year. I'm not sure how. I think Cecil knows him even before that.
Ryan was the first movie I ever did. Was Ryan wrote like this feature length thing, and we just took 2 DSLRs and a couple of his class, and I was just out of high school at the time, and we just filmed in Jacksonville, like in a house randomly. And so that was the first movie that I had ever done, was with Ryan. And yeah.
Awesome. And here we are. And Emily, when did you come onto the project? How did you find out about it, and what drew you to it?
Well, my first movie in New York was a short that Ryan wrote and directed called Nora at the Beach. And then he sent me this project like a year later. And it was, I mean, like, I just love working with him, and I love working with these people, and it's really sweet. And I think the fact that all these people have like continued to like migrate back to each other like through all of these years is a testament to, and the film itself is like a testament to like Ryan's like capability and like kindness and community buildingness. Yeah. So I just love these people. That's it.
That's awesome. Yeah, there's definitely something to be said about sticking with the people that you love to work with and love to spend time with, because filmmaking sure ain't easy. And it's good when you've got like a solid core group of people that you like to spend time with. So let's see here. We're about 20 minutes in. So what was your favorite part, Bonnie and Trevor, about Graceland? Like, what was the best thing you took away from it?
I mean, I would say for me, I've spent a lot of years working as a writer in the system, and the highs and mostly the lows that come with that, just in the traditional system. So for me, making this piece with Bonnie and just like kind of getting the money and doing an indie movie where we were completely in charge of every aspect of it was a real joy. I co-wrote and I produced, and I also did transpo on I picked the actors up early and I got them to set, and I took them from set. So I mean, it was just like a labor of love.
I would say for me, it's going back home. The two main actors, Anna Camp and Monique Coleman, and I all did theater together growing up in Columbia, South Carolina. And, we had this idea, and then, just we're like, hey, you want to go make this movie? And a few months later, we were back in South Carolina. We were shooting at home. Monique's mom and cousins were extras in the movie. Like, our high school friends showed up and they were extras. A friend of ours from high school ended up being the AD. And it ended up being this like big reunion of coming home and sort of concretely being like, oh, we did it. We said we were going to become storytellers, and like, here it is. We're back home making a movie together. So I think that is like the most awesome thing. And then Katie Beth West, because their Elvis is awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. Everyone loves a good homecoming. That's really cool. What any highlights from the filming and from the movie Tired Eyes for you guys?
There's one that
stands out.
There's one that sticks out.
Yeah.
Like, we hopped on, we had been waiting for a little while for like a certain train to come by, because there's a certain look that we wanted. Certain trains in New York have different.
But like, trigger warning for like how gross this story is.
Yeah. We're looking for like the 70s style trains that, the orange and the seats and stuff like that. And, so that scene was constantly reshot. We had to wait for the train to come back, and when that symbol came back, but yeah.
And so we waited for a really long time, and then eventually we found a train that we were like, whatever, let's just do it. Let's do this. And the part that we like shot on, the part of the car, just had human shit on the train.
Oh no!
Yeah.
So yeah, that scene where we're on the train, we're actually like right in front of, and I was like dying. Like, so that's not acting.
They were dying. Oh my god!
But that's like, that's the warning. Like, if there's no one in the part of the train, like, don't get on that train.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, now I know.
It is.
That's valuable life advice.
Yeah, if you take anything away from
that, be wary of an empty train car.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
Oh,
that's why we do this, is for stories like that. Well, I don't want to take up your whole day. Thank you guys so much for being here, but I did want to give you a chance. I know it's everyone I've asked this to goes, I don't know, man, the future's as uncertain as it ever can be. I know things are weird in the industry right now, but is there anything coming up that like you're working on or you're excited about, or Bonnie, Trevor, like what's happening with you guys?
You actually have something.
Yeah. Currently, on the more traditional side, I'm adapting a Warren Atwood novel. Not coincidentally for Anna Camp to be a feature right now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I'm writing. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Hey, keep it up. Keep writing. How about for you guys? Emily, you got anything going on in the future?
Yeah. I am in post-production right now for my directorial debut called 1111.
Cool.
So in the eventual future, it will exist for people to see.
Awesome. Well, make sure you send it our way. We'd love to take a look at it here at Tallgrass. Cecil, what's up with you, man?
Yeah, I got a good buddy of mine. Just we're in pre-production for another short. It's called Red Line. It's about sort of a man commuting home and the people he encounters on his way. It's pretty dramatic and everything, but we got ourselves a good script, and we've got ourselves a good location and whatnot, and we're shooting that in November, at the beginning of November. So I'll it's a little whiles away, but that's the next thing sort of on the docket.
Very cool. And Steven?
Yeah, just shout out Fifth Floor Pictures. They produced Tired Eyes. They're making several, more shorts. One proof of concept for Melina Valdez, shout out, is making a short for her feature that's got into IFP, and it's where they're working on that. And Ryan is also working in pre-production right now for not only his future short, but he's starting to make a couple of, run and gun style cool stuff aside from the more formal fifth floor stuff that he's doing. So just follow Ryan at Instagram, Ryan Martin Brown. You'll see more of that.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you all so much for joining me today. I would love to chat with you all day, but I don't want to take up too much of your time. And Lord knows I got more Q&As to do. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Thank you to everyone out there for watching the films. Make sure you hit those little vote buttons. Make sure you vote for your audience award winners after you watch the films. It's very important. And thank you for joining us for the 18th Annual Tallgrass Film Festival. You've all been amazing. Have a wonderful day.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good to meet you guys.
Bye.
Great to meet you. Bye.
See you soon.